My, Dios, what handsome stripes you have. I actually forgot how beautifully striped our niche creature was since we have last left off with the Bearynea tribe. But hello everyone and welcome back to the Bearynea tribe niche version 0.5.1. A little update has come out for this version of niche, so hopefully that will prevent some of the crashing issues that we were having last time and will allow us to progress on with this amazingly patterned, super awesome new tribe that we have, and hopefully be able to chase down, dun 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 dun, the friendly baby Bearynea that we have over here, and that we are trying to follow around with Bella long enough to watch him grow up so that we can hopefully have some hybrid babies in the future, which would be really, really exciting. And last time we left off, we had a whole bunch of exciting events go down, including meeting Rolla, who is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Look at her stripes. Isn't that just fantastic? I absolutely love her stripes and just the coloration she's got. She's beautiful. I also love the fact that her gemstones are so dark green now. There are, by the way, new colors of gemstones. A lot of you guys were so excited. There's yellow and pink that have been added into the lineup of red, green, and blue from last time. So now you can have a pink gemstone. You can have a yellow gemstone if you really want. In fact, I think I'm going to turn Rolla's gemstones all yellow just because it makes her look really cool. We don't have anything signifying any special meaning for the gemstones in this tribe just yet, but we're still getting started. We're actually still settling in on this new island that we have arrived at, and I loved how many of you were very excited about this berry bush. For a while now, we've had a lot of people being like, behold the holy berry bush and its memory of Mama Bear. So Mama Bearynea did pass away before we reached this island, but a lot of you guys were like saying that it could be a little tribute to her, and I thought that was pretty cute. But last we left off, we also were working with our sickly creatures. Unfortunately, we just lost a couple of my favorite creatures from the Bearynea tribe, but we do have some new babies, some bouncing, healthy new babies to be able to enjoy, like little Zoxy here. She is absolutely adorable, and I love her unique markings. She inherited her mother's patterning, but her mother and father's coloring, and Xanthi and Esky are both very sick, but they're sick with opposite immunity diseases, which means that they can have healthy babies because if Esky has doubled up A and Xanthi has doubled up B, they can have healthy babies like little Zoxy here. So hopefully Xanthi will live long enough to have a few more children with Esky. I'm really hoping that's the case. And then Eco is quite healthy himself. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with him. He does have short-sighted eyes. Have we set his mutations yet? I don't know if we'll breed him because he does have one infertility, but he also carries like derp snout. I think and he carries crippled paw. Yeah, he's not exactly a prime candidate for breeding, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and give him the normal eyesight to try to balance out a few of his not so great genetics as one of his permanent mutations. So let's see. And I wonder, Zoxy, I feel like Zoxy needs to have that really cool patterning that she and her mother both have as her permanent mutation. But she also has short-sighted eyes and a crippled paw, so maybe it would be better to invest both of those mutations in actually promoting things that could help out the tribe. We'll wait on it. We're thinking too far ahead there with little Zoxy. She's just a baby, and she's hanging out on the sickly cliffs where all of our very unhealthy creatures have lived in surprising harmony and happiness, building sand castles on the sandbar, which includes you, little Sufim. And I actually love Sufim's markings. I think they're quite interesting. And Sufim, if I remember correctly, was just about to meet Salih, because Sufim and Salih could actually have some healthy children. So we'll see if we can get those two to meet up while Khalili is preparing to unfortunately pass away. She has lived a very happy life, and she has been able to really see her children prosper. Belle, one of her children, is off searching after this little beast, as we mentioned earlier. And a few of you guys mentioned it's really cute that her name is Bella, like Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and she's chasing after a beast. So we kind of have Beauty and the Beast going on over here, which I thought was adorable. So we're going to see if we can make something happen there. And then Chansu just met Rolla, and they would be perfect, Rolla, and they'll be perfect mates actually, because their immunities match. And actually Jock would be, oh wait, isn't Jock Oh my gosh, Bella and Jock. That's so funny from Beauty and the Beast. It's not spelled the same, but it just hit me. We have a lot of Beauty and the Beast names going on in this tribe. That is so hilarious. We started with Mama and Papa from the Berenstein Bears, and now we've got Beauty and the Beast. We need some more Beauty and the Beast themed names, guys. That's really hilarious. Anyway, Chansu and Jock here may compete for Rala's attentions because she is so stunningly beautiful, so stunningly new, and has those fantastic new immunity genes we want. And actually, her presence is exactly why we have Adalili having moved away from her family and her sister Kalili, who's her twin sister that she was always close to. But she had started moving away this direction because she's really obsessed with waterways, really obsessed with trying to figure out how you could fish. She really is quite intrigued by those things, enough to the point that she mated with like an unhealthy creature. No! Adalili, keep your name, for crying out loud. And yes, I know you can move around with the arrow keys. A few of you guys have pointed that out, so that I'll stop renaming them. But I have to use the mouse to be able to turn the camera around, so that's why we're stuck this way. Anyway, Adalili brought her son Dios over here in the hopes that we might be able to do more fishing so that we can unlock some of the fishing genes. But it doesn't seem we're going to have any luck with that. So Dios, I think we'll give Dios one of his permanent genes will be the patterning that he has. So pattern shape C is what he's got, and then his mom's got B. But I feel like his patterning, didn't Mama Bear or Mama Bunya have these? I'm pretty sure Mama Bunya had this really cool patterning. So we're gonna make his dominant gene C, pattern shape C, and then we'll give him something hopefully aquatic related if we can get him to swim in the river for a little while. So he might spend time doing that in Adalili's honor. So enough of my rambling now that I've caught you guys and myself up, and let's see if we can get this bunny and chase down that baby Bearynea. And no! Oh, I'm gonna miss all it. No, we lost both of the old women at the same time. I'm so glad I spent a few minutes talking to them because I would have missed them so much. And here's the friendly Bearynea. I know it's like bear and hyena together. It's just very hard for me to wrap my tongue around. And let's see, we don't want to hurt him. So I think Bella's just gonna kind of keep an eye on him for now. And then let's see, maybe clear away some of this grass. There we go. And then I think Chansu would try to show off. Dang it! Chansu was trying to show off to Rala that he could provide with some really good mole meat, but we unfortunately weren't able to do it. And I think Rala, which one would she want as a mate first? There's Chansu and there's Jock, and they both have their own appeals. I think that she'd be more attracted to Jock first because he's kind of sitting next to a nest, and because he has these very handsome ram horns. So we'll go ahead and start them with the baby. I feel a little bit bad for Chansu, just like, for some reason I just think that Rala would be very intrigued by the fact, you know, nest and these really nice horns. Maybe it's just something that she finds quite attractive. And I think Chansu is going to come over here and he's going to spend some time picking berries to try to impress her, especially because he's very old. So we do need to have him pass his genes on soon. And Bella is going to stay back there with her beast. Unfortunately, her mother did, but no, so sad. Oh my gosh, Eski, we lost Eski's mate. Oh my gosh, I am devastated about that actually. And little Zoxy, okay, we're just gonna have Eski make a nest right here and try to gather up some berries. And little Zoxy, oh my goodness, Zoxy, what are we gonna do? I feel so terrible. We're just gonna let Zoxy kind of hang out down here and Eco can help keep her safe. Oh, there's a little clamshell. Zoxy can eat the clamshell because she has cracker jaw. Yes. All right, so we'll just have to see what Eco and Zoxy are going to do. And then Sufim is finally grown up. So let's get him across the way. I think he's very excited. Oh, he fished! He fished, and I think that would have gotten Salih's attention. Oh, and Salih is going to help him remove that nasty leech, and Sufim is a little sickly, so we'll move her away. She would have heard the sound of Sufim fishing in this little beautiful like sandbar. Actually, I really like this sandbar. It has a whole bunch of tide pools. Talk about being perfect for if this was Doli territory, right? And so we'll let Celine and Sufim kind of glance at each other, and walks over here hearing somebody fishing and surprised to see this new creature who she's never seen before. A distant cousin of hers, I think, though. All right, and then over here, the very sad news that Dios no longer has his mother to be with him anymore. I really loved those twins. They were really cool. And we're going to work on trying to get water body by performing swim a lot, because I would love to see how the genetics work. So I think we can, oh, look at that. Dios, you have just found some territory to set yourself up very handsomely, my friend. And actually, I'm beginning to realize in this tribe, that seems to be the thing that attracts everybody, is if a male finds a nest, we may start making that happen. It's less about the female finding the nest and more about like a male finding a permanent nest, which has happened so far. Every time we found a permanent nest here, the male attracts the female. So I think that's how we might start working things. Oh, and then Rala, before you have your baby, we need to go ahead and make sure that we pick the genes we want to pass on. Does Rala have anything bad? She does have blind eyes, which would be bad to pass on. Medium body, big nose. She's got digging paw and nimble fingers. Let's see. She doesn't have anything to pass on for melanism or albinism. Low fertility, high fertility, I and D immunity. No horns, but she's really attracted to horns, and she does have ram horns in her history. So I think what I want her to pass on are going to be, can I do her digging paw yet? Let's see, digging paw. Darn, I can't do her digging paw yet. Runner's leg and claw are required. There's runner's leg. I think I want her to pass on her stripes. So let's look at what pattern. Pattern shape A, stripes. So I want her to be able to pass on her stripes because that's so clearly one of her characteristics. And I mean, look at her absolutely gorgeous markings now, and I love that glowing little bit that we've got on with the gemstones blending in with her fur. That's really cool. And as to what her children could possibly pass on, maybe poison fangs would be so cool. What would it take to unlock poison fangs? Let's see. Oh, and she's feeling pretty happy. She's warmed up by being surrounded by so many males. So I think she likes being kind of the center of attention right now. That's kind of adorable. But let's see. So Jock would pass on, I think I want Jock. Can he pass on his claw? Let's see. Claw. Oh, wait. Crippled paw, claw, perform attack. So we can't pass on claw. Can we pass on cracker jaw yet? Not quite. So I guess for Jock, I'm going to pick probably the brighter red for pattern, like the red patterning, which seems to kind of make up his characteristics. So that's his personality pick. And then something I want him to pass on to his children. If he had to pick something out of everything that he's got, maybe runner's leg? It's kind of hard when you want to pick like a trait they've currently got just to make sure it passes on, and you don't really have any traits that would stand out as being better than the others to have. They've already got like their collector, their nimble finger to pass on. I want him to pass on claw, which he might do just genetic wise. I don't know, maybe I'll leave that open for now. And I mean, I don't really think I'll give Rala the normal eyesight. So there we go. I want her to pass on normal eyesight, striped bibis. All right, is that everything? I think that's everything. Full grown adult Bearynea. Oh my goodness, babies. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's check out this baby. Kuvan. Okay, let's give him a new name from the big giant list of names that you guys have provided to me. So we're gonna name him Lucas, which is the first name that has popped up. All right, look at him. I love this new pattern system, guys. It just makes them look so cool. Oh my gosh, I love this. And I've actually heard from a few people that they preferred like the clean cut lines of the last updates before they started making the patterns so mashed up. But actually that provides you guys a challenge if you prefer that to breed your creatures towards that end, since you can go ahead and pick the pattern types and colorations inside of their mutation. So what do we have here? Healthy eyesight, ram horns, nimble fingers and claw. Nice. He's got the hind legs going on, healthy, except for that hemophilia. Oh, I didn't notice that she carried that. Interesting. I didn't expect that to be passed on. All right, well, we'll have to remember that. All right, let's find Bearynea. Oh, there we go. Bella is right over here with this beast of a Bearynea. She's expecting a baby! Just like that! Bella, oh my gosh! I think I want her to come over and take over this nest maybe. Because it's next to some resources, but I guess we want to stay kind of near the Bearynea. So I think Bella has fallen for this like, almost like a Tarzan sort of effect, like nobody else may understand you, but I'm going to do my best. And now they're going to have some babies together because he's a friendly Bearynea. Oh my goodness, we're going to do this! I'm so excited. We're going to have our first hybrid Bearynea. And then over here, whoa, you're an interesting little one, my dear. What are we going to name you? I swear this pattern is just so fascinating to me. And we are going to name her Radha. So, all right, Radha, which this submitter of this awesome name says means filled with care and kindness, which I think is very fitting since we might have Radha, since she doesn't have any of the negative traits that she could have caught. From what it seems. Nope, look at that. She's got claw and nimble fingers, but she does not have no paw. She doesn't have the web-tined legs or anything that we don't want this group to have. So she's actually very healthy. And I wonder if she's going to help take care of Eco and Zoxy because their mother, Eski, bless her heart, isn't much longer for this world. I'm going to scooch her over here and she's going to try to dig. Maybe just kind of curious at what's down there. She can smell something. And we've got to get, oh no, I needed to get Eski away from her baby. Oh no, Radha, don't get sick. Okay, we'll have to take care of Radha in just a little bit and try to make sure that she's going to be okay. And I think Eco, he can at the very least try to dig something out of the surf. So we'll say that they're still playing on the sandbar. And hopefully through playing, they will slowly but surely start unlocking more of the things that we want to use. Like there's the Bearynea snout, the antlers, ram horns, the platypus beak, there we go. So perform water dig, and we're only 5 out of 70 times. So it's kind of fun because on the one hand, it'd be cool if you just ended up through a random mutation or like inviting a random creature into your tribe with the platypus beak, because I did kind of like that sense of randomness in the previous updates, but I can always go back and play the previous updates just by setting it in my Steam profile, you know? But I like the idea that being able to unlock things is fun, even if it's not entirely how genetics work, is basically what I'm saying. So we can look back years later, like in their time, when we have the platypus beak unlocked, and remember Eco playing in the sandy surf with Zoxy here, and remember that's how we unlocked it. Like that, I think that's really cute, even if it's not like scientifically accurate. All right, and I think right over here, we're gonna have Sufim. Well, I was going to have Sufim do some fishing. Does he have the fishing tail? Let me check really quickly. Yeah, he does have fishing tail. All right, so Sufim, I think, wanted to do some fishing to impress Sali, but he wasn't able to. He just chased those fish down and very frustratedly... Oh, wait. Ah, they're almost so close. Very frustratedly wasn't able to catch them, but I think Sali is just kind of laughing and thought it was cute. So we're going to go ahead and let her become pregnant, and we'll have Sufim stay close. And so Sali has fallen kind of for Sufim's splashing around, and he's sickly, and I think they both kind of know that, but he's just full of energy and constantly trying to catch fish for her. So that'll be good for them. And then over here, Dios is really setting up shop very nicely. Thank you very much. Being able to clear out this territory. So hopefully he can establish his own territory at this permanent nest and invite a female over. And meanwhile, over here, we'll just have like a temporary territory. I guess that's where we can say that's not a very good territory to establish if you don't have your own nest. And all right, let's see. So we have Jacques. And Chansu has G immunity, which we may want to pass on. Does anybody else have G immunity? Bella does. Let's see. B. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of G immunity in the tribe, so we want Chansu to be able to pass on that G immunity. So we'll go ahead and let Jacques move over here, and he'll be distracted trying to do some hunting. Just distracted enough that I think Chansu will have cleared away a spot and been like, look, right here is perfect. You can just sit, you can relax, you can keep an eye on everything, and voila, baby. There we go. And we'll do a little bit of digging. And so Rala can introduce the tribe to the concept of how to dig for some of their food. All right, so all of that done. Bella, what would I want you to possibly pass on to your kid? I think Crackerjaw, because she was also raised, but I can't. I forgot. See, that's I need to unlock these things. I think that's what I need to focus on for a little while, is just like unlocking as many of these things as possible, because then when I want to pass on certain traits to make sure like their personality stays super strong, I can't. All right, well, we'll just make sure. I don't know what a Bearynea may have problems with. Like, she's a pretty healthy creature for the most part. We've already managed to get rid of like having short-sighted issues or webbed hind legs on creatures we don't want webbed hind legs on. So I think I'm just gonna leave Bella alone to see what kind of baby she'll have with the Bearynea. All right, so let's go ahead, just double check everything. All right, we're good guys. All right, let's do this. Baby Bearynea, be born. Whoa, where'd your dad go, little one? Whoa, do you look, Cora, hi, I like your name. How do you look any different? That's so interesting. And where'd the Bearynea go? Don't like just dash away when fatherhood has been presented to you. And she has G&H immunity. What? Fantastic. So apparently that Bearynea is carrying H immunity, and it just hit me just now that there's actually the immunity signs are no longer symbols. They're like actually, oh my goodness, I can't believe that took so long for me to figure out. Okay, anyway, moving on. All right, so I want to see, Cora is actually a pretty darn cool name, and she has a fishing tail. How did you end up with a fishing tail? And she doesn't even have the Bearynea snout. She ended up with cracker jaw, so she carried her mom's cracker jaw after all, and she has infertile but then high fertility, so I think she'll still be able to have babies. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. She has Bearynea claw. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what she grows up with. And Bearynea hind legs, she ended up with mostly being her mother's child, and I really think that's pretty cool. Bella and Cora. Cora I love because of Cora, the last avatar, or like the avatar, let's see. But we're gonna rename her to Linny, after one of the names that you guys have suggested. And we are still collecting from that list, by the way. Hundreds of names. I love it. I absolutely love it. Hopefully it'll last for the whole year of niche I have planned. Hopefully I'll be able to actually follow through on that. Hang in there with me, guys. Oh man, I'm getting really excited about this now. All right, let's have Bella come over. Bella is going to be somewhat majorly enchanted. I kind of want to imagine that she almost has like back-to-back-ish twins. So we're gonna go ahead and say that maybe Linny is one of like 2 babies. No, I mean they can have twins, so I don't need to say that. And then let's come over here and just check on who this little one is. Look at that snout! Oh my goodness, she's so cute. Oh my goodness, what am I gonna name her? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna name her Tira. I like that name. And yeah, like I said, I'm still collecting hundreds of niche names, so if you guys just want to keep leaving them into the comments, what we do is we go through about once a week or so and just like mass copy paste them into a gigantic list. And I do plan on trying to follow niche and keep up with the adventures of our tribes and being able to tell their stories even better for hopefully until the end of the year. Right now, I still feel a little bit like, I wonder if I really want to take that on as a goal, but I think daily niche until the end of the year would be a nice personal goal, just like I used to try to do daily zoo crafting for as long as I could. So, and don't worry about zoo crafting, it's definitely gonna be coming back. But all right, so we have big nose, no horns, and no immunity G passed on. Interesting. And I think Jock might be coming back with his little son Lucas, right, like trailing behind him, and be a little bit distressed that Rala's attentions have been pulled away from him. So I think she's going to be kind of bounced between these two for a little while, and very amused about it in her own right, I think, because she likes all of the attention. So we're gonna have her jump back over here, and I think, all right, yeah, we'll do this really quickly. Jacques going to be very insistent that he is going to grab her attention for a little while. Chansu is going to proudly watch over his baby Tira. And then we're gonna have, are you sickly now? No, Rada! Little baby Rada. I think Eski's gonna try, oh, she was trying to get like some fresh meat to give to Rada. Oh, she got a stick though. And I think little Rada is going to just like follow her mom now. I mean, she might as well because she's already sickly. And Zoxy is going to jump on over to try to help take care of her sister. And then Eco, I think Eco, he can't really go anywhere or move very quickly. So we might let Eco sort of play in the sandbar. And then up here, we're going to build a nest and we're going to let Sali kind of just settle in. and she'll kind of watch with amusement while Safim dashes all over the place, and he might come over and help her collect up the nuts now that she's pregnant, heavily pregnant. All right, and then we'll come over here. Dios is going to continue clearing out his new territory and think about trying to find a mate of some kind. And let's see what our second baby Bearynea with our Beauty and the Beast pair we have over here is going to look like. We have another girl! Oh my goodness, and it's so dark now. And we have the Bearynea snout, Isis. Oh my gosh, what a name. What a name to go with Lenny. Let's just name her. Let's see, I'm going to pull up the name list once more. Scroll down it, and I have... Oh, there's a whole bunch of really cool names. Adalwufa. Huh. Adalwufa. Huh. Let me try. I can't see. Woofa. Huh. You know, that actually fits pretty well. Somebody says it's like named after their wolf character that they made. So now we have another female with Bearynea claw and Bearynea hind legs, brown fur and black fur mixed in. Oh, I don't think we have a lot of black fur mixed into our tribe just yet. Black eyes. Oh, I just noticed that. Yeah, they both have black eyes. And interesting. They're an interesting mix of genetics. So 2 little girls born to our Beauty and the Beast. I wonder if they're ever going to be able to find a Bearynea mate of their own, or if they're going to want to return to our normal niche creatures as their mates. And then down here we had another baby girl born, and she has I and B immunity, ram horns, beautiful spots, and a beautiful... I really think that Rala is quite biased to those ram horns and thinks that they're quite attractive. So let's give her baby girl a name as well. Oh my goodness, there's so many cool names here. Renu. Alright, so now we have Renu, and we've got a lot of babies being born, so we better start focusing on food, or else we're going to start... Oh, I almost forgot about you, my little one! Look at little Roku! Oh my gosh, and I actually want to name him... we'll name him... So... Then we have Safim, and we'll name him Soku for now, because... And he's got poison fangs! What? I just realized he has poison fangs! That is so cool! And he's got claw. Oh my gosh, he might make a good fighter. He might need a mate who has some ram horns so that he can have even more strength going on. I wonder if he might attract the attention with his awesome poison fangs of some of our Bearynea descended children down here. So, Adalwufa might be a little bit attracted to a mate who has claws and who has fangs, big giant poison fangs. So we'll have to look into that. Oh my gosh, just imagine if you started mixing these kinds of patterns and genes with the prehistoric ones. Ugh, that just made my head spin a little bit. It's going to get a little exciting. All right, so we're going to continue to try to have some more hybrid babies and explore and expand the patterns of our family tree. And speaking of exploring and expanding, it is probably time to start wiggling our way towards other territory clumps and even thinking about where we may want to go, like which one of the 2 portals we may want to go to discover some new lands. So I'm very excited to see what we're going to discover. Can we get this meat? Nice. Dios is expanding his territory down here. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.